Very good morning, class 10th. So, after finishing our mode of reproduction, that is asexual mode of reproduction, now we are going to start with the sexual mode of reproduction in case of plants, as well as then we will start with the human beings. So, but before jumping onto the actual process of sexual mode of reproduction, the question which comes in mind, that is why sexual mode of reproduction is needed. As you know that we are now going to talk about the complex multicellular organisms, right? Till now we have talked about very simple unicellular as well as the multicellular organism. Now our concern is about the complex organism, and their body is designed in such a way that they need a special system of reproduction. They cannot go or they cannot reproduce through those methods which are helpful for the lower organisms, for the unicellular organisms. So that is why there is another mode of reproduction for complex multicellular organism, that is called sexual reproduction, right? So first concept is clear to you that we need for complex organisms we need a particular reproduction method. As they have particular organs, they have organ systems, their body is well defined as well as well designed. So that is why they need every system for their activity. So now sexual reproduction is what is sexual reproduction? That kind of reproduction in which male gamete and female gametes are involved. Now I am going to introduce you to the another term in today's lecture, that is gametes. Before I talked about specifically about male and female gamete, you need to understand that our body is made up of two types of cells. And what are those two types of cells? One are the gametes and other they are somatic cells. Somatic cells which are other than the gamete cells. Gametes are the cells which only participates in reproduction. There are not the other any kind of cell which participate in reproduction. It is the only gametes, it is the only gamete cells which participates in the reproduction. Other somatic cells, they play role in the other rest of the functions of your body or rest of the functions of the organism. But gametes specifically, they play role in the reproduction. So reproductive system, they have mainly kind of cells, specialized cells which are known as gametes. Now gametes, because in sexual reproduction two individuals are involved, right? Two different individuals, they are involved in asexual reproduction. Right now we have only talked about one parent, right? And from one parent, new organisms or new individuals, they were developed. But in sexual reproduction we are specifically going to concentrate on the two individuals. When we say two individuals are involved, means two gametes are involved, two types of cells are involved, and these are male gametes and female gametes. So what is sexual reproduction? It is that type of reproduction in which a male gamete fuses with the female gamete, and they will produce a structure that is called zygote. This zygote will further undergo few divisions and ultimately give rise to the new individual with the formation of organs, formation of cells, tissues, organs, organ system, like that. But how many cells, which kind of cells are involved? That are gametes are involved here. That is, see, in our previous lecture, in the starting two lectures, we only talked about the DNA copy as well as the variations and evolution. DNA copy, as you know, that our body design is transferred from parents to offspring only because of the DNA, and this DNA replicates, this DNA form its own copies, and when this DNA form its own hormone copies, that time there are few changes take place every time when it copy this. It happens that during that copy, during that replication, few changes are observed, and due to those changes there are few variations come in the body designs with the period of time or with the generation to generation. So sir, when we talked about the example of bacteria, we said only those bacteria in which there are variations, in which they are having heat resistance genes, only they were able to survive in the changing environment. Now the bacteria, those who were survived, they have new variations. What were those variations? That they can now adapt themselves to the higher temperature. So that change, that variation help them. Now they will reproduce, and that variation will pass on to the next generation. So inbuilt tendency for variation ड्यूरिंग द रिप्रोडक्शन. सो रिप्रोडक्शन के टाइम पे वेरिएशंस प्रोड्यूस होती हैं. क्यों प्रोड्यूस होती हैं? क्योंकि डीएनए कॉपी होता है, और जितनी बार डीएनए कॉपी बनेगी उतनी बार देयर विल बी सम चेंजेस. और चेंजेस का मतलब ही है अगर आपकी जीन में चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, दैट विल बी वेरिएशन. एंड दीज वेरिएशन दे स्टार्ट एक्यूमुलेटिंग ओवर अ टाइम. मीन्स अभी आज पेरेंट्स सपोज फर्स्ट जनरेशन दैट इज प्रोड्यूस, देयर विल बी few changes, slow, there will be not be major changes, small changes, they will reproduce more changes. So in this way these small changes they accumulate, these small changes they accumulate over a period of time. ये इकट्ठा होते रहते हैं, and finally these changes they are a base for the evolution. Evolution means adaptation of a species, adaptation of a species according to changing environment. This is called evolution, right? चेंज होना, दैट इज़ काइंड ऑफ एवोल्यूशन. जैसे कि बैक्टीरिया पहले बिल्कुल भी सर्वाइव नहीं कर पाते थे, दे वर एबल टू लिव इन ओनली मॉडरेट temperature, but now because of changes they were able to survive in the high temperature also. So ये changes किस पे डिपेंड करते हैं? आपकी डीएनए कॉपिंग पे, कि वो कितनी यूनिफॉर्मिटी या कितनी कंसिस्टेंसी से कॉपी हो रहा है, एज वेल एज how much your DNA is able to maintain or transfer the body design. So variations ultimately, already you know that they are useful for the survival of the species. And why we are talking about variations here? Because our second main factor concentration is on the variation, that sexual reproduction brings variation. What did I ask you in the starting, that why sexual mode of reproduction? Because it brings more variations. How many individuals are involved? 2 individuals are involved, and those individuals, they are also having some kind of variations, and when these variations they will join, they will be produce new offspring with the more variation, right? So in this way variations are produced and helpful to us. So organisms, they came up with the sexual reproductive mode. those organisms जिनमें reproduction mode sexual reproduction method है, they allow more and more variation to be जनरेटेड. और ये वेरिएशन उनमें आई कहाँ से हैं? फ्रॉम देयर प्रीवियस जनरेशन. उनके पेरेंट्स से. उनके पेरेंट्स में कहाँ से आई हैं? उनके और पेरेंट्स से. सो धीरे धीरे ये सारी वेरिएशंस एक्यूमुलेट होती रहती हैं जनरेशन बाय जनरेशन. एंड जैसे जैसे चेंजेस होते रहते हैं टेम्परेचर में, इन्वायरमेंट में, दीज वेरिएशंस आर हेल्पफुल फॉर द ऑर्गेनिज्म. सो नाउ आई सेड 2 individuals are involved. So 2 individuals means their variations are going to combine, and when they are going to combine, they will create new combination of variation. So sexual reproduction, it means now you are joining DNA from two different individuals during the reproduction. Again, once I'm saying this line, just concentrate. Sexual reproduction is involving two DNA combination from two different individuals. Your mother is coming from a different family, your father is from a different family. They have different kind of variations. When there will be sexual reproduction, the offspring will have a new combination. New combination means variation from father, also variation from the mother. So ultimately this new combination of variation will be observed in the offspring. But now we are saying 2 DNA. Have you think about this? Have you thought about this, that each generation has to be combination of DNA copies from two individuals? DNA from father, DNA from mother. You have 43 chromosome, 43 chromosome, 43 chromosome from father, 43 chromosome from mother. Is it possible in an individual? No, not at all. Human beings can survive only with 43 number of chromosomes. Combination two amount of DNA, double the amount of DNA, it is not possible. So what is going to happen? So it means it is not possible at all, because human beings, they can only survive with 46 or 23 pairs. So what is the thing? That is why in our body specialized cells, they are present, and these specialized cells, they are called gametes. Why I'm calling them as so specialized? Because they have half the chromosome number. So if I give you a question right now, that tell me the number of chromosome in a somatic cell. I already told you in the beginning that our body is made up of two kinds of cells, somatic cells and gametes. So somatic cells will have how many number of chromosome, and gametes will have how many number of chromosome. If every single child will answer me this question, it means I am successful in delivering my lecture. That means I'm able to make you understand that what is the difference between the somatic cells and how they are different from gametes. Again, I'm repeating my question. I'm saying that two parents are involved in the sexual reproduction, and human beings on earth only can survive with 46 number of chromosome. But in our body we have specialized cells are present, and these are called gametes, and these have half the number of chromosomes as compared to the non-reproductive cells. Non-reproductive cells means somatic cells. So you have to tell me in my comment section that what is the number of chromosome will be in somatic cells, and what will be the number of chromosomes in the gametes. If you are listening to my lectures, I will be definitely will be very happy to reading your responses. So please give me the correct answer in the comment section. So here problem is solved when the gametes participate in the reproduction. Then means male and female gamete, they will combine and they will produce the 46 chromosome individual. Answer is here, so you can also take the help of this slide, which will make you clear that what is the number of chromosome will be in your non-reproductive cells, that is your somatic cells, and gametes. So now you have an idea that what will be the number of chromosome will be in the gametes, but still write your answers. So the last concept we have to discuss here, that is our specialized. So that is our next concept, that specialized germinating cells, or we are calling them as gametes, in the complex organism, they play role in reproduction. See, gametes are usually of two types, male and female, because two individuals are involved, and in most of the cases, maximum actually, the male gametes, they are smaller in size and they are highly motile, they can move, and these are the, in human beings they are called the sperm. And female gametes, usually they are larger in size, because now you have to provide the nutrition to the growing cell, so they store food. Female gametes store food, and it is called ovum in case of human beings. Here I have this is the human beings example, that this is the large cell, and this is here ovum, this is called egg or ovum, and this is highly motile structure which is called the sperm. And in case of plants is also same, pollens, they are very very small motile structure, and egg is large in the size. So that is two types of gametes are involved. The last concept here for our today's lecture is that two variants, means two individuals, two variants का मतलब क्या हुआ, two individuals with the variations. When two individuals with the variations they combine, they will form new variation, and this new variation will be observed in the next generation. And what is the next generation? That is offspring. So variation has so many successful things, that it is useful for the survival as well as it is useful for the continuation of species. So if I ask you that is the variation is going to be the same every time? No. Variation results in re-establishment, rearrangement of the number of chromosome. As already now you know that 46 into 46 cannot be combined, it will be always 23 into 23, and ultimately they give rise to 46. So there is rearrangement of number of chromosome as well as the amount of DNA in the new generation is observed. Imagine if we are talking about reproduction, if organism will not produce, they will not at all reproduce, there will be any life? There will be no specific species, there will be no life. That is why reproduction is very important for the continuation of species. So let's see quickly that what we have learned today. We have learned that reproduction in which male and female gametes they are combined, that is called sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction give more variation as compared to asexual reproduction. In this, two individuals are involved, and these two variants combine to form new variations, and there are specialized cells which play a major role in the reproduction, in sexual reproduction, and those are called gametes. I hope that you are able to understand each and every point. So which kind of questions can be asked from this? What are the advantages of asexual reproduction over asexual? How are the modes of reproduction different in unicellular and multicellular organism? You can take the examples of the like amoeba as well as the sexual reproduction. So how does reproduction help in providing stability to population of species? That was in my first two lectures. I completely told you that how stability of population is involved with the reproduction. So here I'm giving you a second question, that is you have to answer me from our previous lectures, that you have to tell me that ability of a cell to divide into several cells during reproduction is called dash. Which kind of reproduction it is? And you have to tell me the example in which this kind of reproduction is seen. Read the question very carefully. You all of you know the answer very well. The ability of a cell to divide into several cells during reproduction is called which kind of reproduction, and in which organism it is seen. So I will see you with the next lecture, where we are going to start with our specifically the sexual reproduction in plants. Till then, take care. Have a very good day.